What's going on YouTube? Daniel back here for another video for the channel. So if you are new here, my name is Daniel. Welcome to Rooster Village, I guess. I'm in the middle of Puerto Rico, but basically my name is Daniel and I help people with using nutrition to unlock their hormones, get off medications, and essentially reach their peak self using just food and using that as your fuel, your medication, and basically your power source. So I'm not sure if you've been hearing these roosters in the back, but I essentially want to send a quick message. Obviously today is January 1st. Just finished doing my workout. The routine stays the same. 4:30 wake up, 2 workouts, track macros, and eat clean, reflect, read after this. And what I want to talk about essentially is not letting your old habits, I'm not sure if you hear this, ruin your 2025. So the reason I just got this idea to speak about this is because I just saw someone come out of, you could say, I guess, a New Year's party. And first thing he did was start smoking. And I mean, this is obviously a vice. I don't think I'm against smoking per se, just don't hit the habit of it. But I think this is something that if you're looking to change your life dramatically, you have to really dial down to not just the goal, but the habits that you allow in your life. If you really break everything down, you have your goal. I talked about this in my last video. Your goal shouldn't be this arbitrary goal of just a number. It should be some kind of feeling you're chasing, an actual concrete objective. Let's say if you're an employee, I want to be, my full-time content creator or a full-time business owner, or you want to travel. Like basically, not just going after the tool, but going after the actual goal and having that as a focal point. But I mean, for this, I want to speak about basically how your old you has to die in order for you to reach any goal, specifically for nutrition. I'm not sure if this video will be ruined by all these roosters, but there's literally like 7 roosters here just all competing against each other. But essentially, I think is understanding that you have to really assess your habits. Like you can sit down and do this January 1st, sit down and assess, okay, what are my shit habits? Almost do like assets and liabilities, like finances, and realize what are your good habits, what are your bad habits, and essentially trying to move all your liabilities over to assets, eliminating those liabilities. Things like waking up late, eating too much, maybe smoking, partying, drinking. Maybe you have a vice towards women. You don't task manage well. You don't track your time well. You don't have a calendar. You don't know what you're doing per day. Things like this. These are bad habits. Procrastination. These are things you have to slowly eliminate one by one. Obviously, this doesn't happen over time. You're not going to change 7 things in the span of a month. But I think choosing one and working on that for a month, and then having the whole year, you'll be able to change 12. Adjust the liabilities to assets, but also leverage assets that you're already doing well. So maybe you have a good habit of reading, reading a bit more, just understanding your Pareto principle, which is basically the 20% of the things you do bring 80% of the results, finding those 20, leveraging those 20, and then removing the 20% of the bad things you're doing that are bringing you 80% of basically your detriment and your regression. So I think this is huge, especially starting off the year. Everyone has their goals, resolutions. Everyone's going to have a huge surge, especially for health and fitness, of going to the gym and then sign up for 3 months and then they kind of just backfall to their basic old way of being, and it's because of their habits. They don't change their habits. They just change, if I have a goal, everything will change. No, you have to basically break it down to the goal and list the 5 habits that if you do daily will get you to that goal. It's basically just understanding everything is a system. The goal is basically the direction and the path, but your habits are your system. Like what system is going to get you there? Really think about this. Try to think about this, and you can also alternate. It's not just one system. It's like, okay, here's my goal, here's my system for the rest of the year. No, like I said, it's about tweaking and treating it like assets and liabilities. What are your good habits being your assets, and what are your bad habits being your liabilities? Always switching that, making sure you have more assets and liabilities by the end of the year. And I think this is the best way to do things. And obviously, learning from people as well. Learning from people as well. So being able to invest in coaching, I think that's a good habit to have. Not trying to do everything yourself, investing in people that are further above you. I think that's one thing that helped me a lot last year in terms of incorporating the habits I have now. Investing in someone, his name is Giados. He's a famous fitness coach turned life coach from Spain. And basically I thank him for my life now because the past few months I've been able to eliminate all vices. I used to be very into, not drinking per se, but a lot of partying, like I say, drugs, women, chasing women for most of my 20s. And once I eliminated that, a whole bunch of mental clarity came in and also got more spiritual. So I think it's, like I said, this whole point of this video is do that chart, assets, liabilities, good habits, bad habits, really like be concrete. Sorry, the other part cut out, but essentially I was saying that investing is one huge habit that I incorporated last year and has paid dividends. So like I said in the beginning, and finding the habits that you're doing well, leveraging those, and also finding new ones that you can leverage. And like I said, it's always about tweaking and finding what best works for you. So you can also review your week as well, something that I used to do. I recommend. I'll be doing this, starting today. Obviously going into the new year, but essentially you have your calendar, which you should have, which is a good habit to have, of basically everything you do every day. So have your events, your tasks, stuff like that, so you don't never forget. People just kind of have a to-do list. I never actually do the things on there because they don't check them and have a reminder and actually have time slots for when you're going to do them. So that's one thing that you can start to analyze. So construct that, have a routine. That's key. Not just waking up whenever you want, doing things whenever you want, just having a routine that helps to free your mind to do other things, to pick up, other ideas, habits, and ways of thinking. And that's one thing you can do. So doing a weekly review, writing down the things you did well, like a mind up for the week, things you did poorly, and then on top of the things you did poorly and can fix, have actionable steps on how to fix that and reverse that instead of just writing it down and just leaving it. That's one thing that's key. But yeah, it's basically finding what best works for you. That's one idea you can do. But yeah, just analyze that the week has to be broken down. Sorry, the year has to be broken down into, weeks and days and even hours, and I'll just look at the whole year and your goal and think, oh, I'm set. I have a goal. It's about what's my system to get there. What are my habits that I need to, analyze? And like I said, do it, assets, liabilities. So this will be huge for you. And yeah, if you guys need any help with this, like I said, my name is Daniel. I help people with their habits, but mostly new nutrition, and habits are huge. So you can reach me on Instagram, same as my YouTube, at Mr. Daniel Arce. Hope you guys liked the video. Please like and subscribe if you did, and also please comment what your goals are and what your system is going into the new year. You can write your best goal and what your system is to get there, and what you plan to do to tweak it week by week or even day by day. So all the best, guys. Make sure 2025 is your best year, and like I said, it starts with killing your old self with new habits. So all the best. Keep killing it, and yeah, let's get it.